Did you know that I'm a fan of the Persona series? Shocking, right? Well, last year, 3 upcoming Persona games were announced. The long-awaited Persona 5, Persona 4 Dancing All Night for some reason, and the very pleasant surprise that was Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth, a new Persona game exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS, featuring the characters from both Persona 3 and Persona 4. So let's take a look at why I'm so excited about Persona Q. It was just last year, my final year of high school, and we had to complete a research project. This project could be about anything we wanted, and me, being the coolest kid in school, chose to do it on the difference between Japanese and Western culture and the effect this had on the video games produced. It was a really fun topic for me, honestly, because it meant that I was able to research and discuss video games in a school setting, and for the first time ever, present this passion to a captive audience. For this project, one of the big things I wanted to talk about was Western and Japanese RPGs. They were 2 completely different interpretations of the RPG-based formula, and it was incredible that both had managed to take a different approach to the idea. I'd already picked out The Elder Scrolls Skyrim as my example of a modern Western RPG, focusing on its open world mechanics and the prevalence of side quests, so all I had to do was pick out a Japanese RPG. Then it hit me. I hadn't played any JRPGs. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Mario RPG, Tales. What was my life? Why hadn't I played any of the best Japan has to offer? Why was my only personal experience with Japanese gaming Nintendo games? Why did I do a topic on Japanese gaming knowing this? I had to rectify this situation. I needed to find the perfect Japanese RPG that represented the country the best. And where did my research lead me? To Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. Even though I had paid attention to gaming news and had heard the name in passing, this was an unknown game to me. I had no idea what to expect and no idea what to hope for. And it's good that I didn't have any expectations, because Persona 4 would have completely destroyed them. With its powerful narrative and great characters, it was the most gripping game I've played all year. I couldn't stop. I built up social links with as many characters as possible, just to hear what they had to say. Then I started playing Persona 3 as well, and although the characters are fairly similar, it was a fresh experience for me, and I enjoyed the hell out of it too. These are the 2 games that rival each other for the place of my favourite game of all time. But let's get back to Persona Q. You might be wondering how Atlus's P Studio could possibly be developing 3 games at once. Well, P Studio is actually only working on the main series title, Persona 5. Persona 4 Dancing All Night is being developed by Dingo Games, the team behind the Project Diva series, and Persona Q is being developed by the team behind Etrian Odyssey IV, Legends of the Titan. Now do you see where I'm getting at here? Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth, will not play the same as previous Persona games. We might not see any social links, we probably won't be playing on a calendar system, but instead, we're going to see a brand new perspective on the series. We're going to see some of the best dungeon crawling mechanics being implemented into a game that brings together the brilliant casts of the latest Persona titles. Whilst I'm not a huge fan of Etrian Odyssey IV in its entirety, there is no possible way I can talk down the dungeoneering that goes on in that game. The Etrian Odyssey IV dungeon exploration focuses on your ability to assess and take advantage of your surroundings. Whilst many dungeon crawlers will give you a mini-map or a guide, Etrian Odyssey involves you drawing out the maps yourself. It encourages you to explore as much as possible, so you know about the different routes and areas. That means that if you're faced with a large enemy that you need to run away from, or if you need to escape the dungeon, you have the information available, and that's incredibly rewarding. And whilst I don't wish for a carbon copy of this mechanic, I want to see that idea of exploration and independence reflected in Persona Q. We're also going to see a larger amount of characters on field 2 brand new characters to control, the Etrian Odyssey art style, and so much more. With the arsenals of the Etrian Odyssey and Persona series, the possibilities are endless. This is definitely a game that you should keep your eye on if you're a Persona fan, Etrian Odyssey fan, or just a dungeon crawler fan in general. But please, Atlas, anybody, localize it globally, fucking please. We haven't even got Shin Megami Tensei 4 in Australia yet. Don't fuck it up.